All right. Hello, Good Vibe Tribe. It is June 5th. That seems so weird to say. I think I say that every month. Um, we have Julianne Condia on the line. She used to live in Milwaukee. She was a school teacher there and was able to retire and become a full-time Beachbody coach, pack her things, move across the country to California, Silicon Valley, and her husband Eric is also a teacher there. And Julianne is now staying home, full-time coach, and dog sitter on the side. No, she watches a lot of her friends' dogs, and she's always like,
I wish I got paid for that.
Yeah. She was kind of like my running partner last year. We both were shooting for 5-star elite. We both hit it. She was in the top 100 of the company at the end of the year last year and is on schedule to be right up there again this year. And she is hoping to be star qualifying by the end of June. So this girl has zero upline. Her upline sponsor was actually her maid of honor in her wedding. She doesn't really work the business anymore. And so Julianne built her whole entire business without anybody adding to her strong leg for her. So she's like a no nonsense, no excuse type of girl. She's done this entirely on her own, obviously her and her team, but she's just super inspiring, and she's got the grit of, I don't know, she's just relentless and super inspiring. So I'm excited to have her talk to you guys tonight. And her and I talk on a daily basis. So I'm like, she's like, what do you want me to talk about? I'm like, I completely trust you. And like, you're in my team page. Just talk about whatever is on your heart. So I'm excited to see what she brings us tonight. All right, you can take it over.
Thanks. I so appreciate it. There's a little bit of an echo. I want to say it's not fully muted.
All right, let's see here. There we go.
Okay, I'm like a squirrel. I like hear like anything and I go crazy. I am really excited. So I think that this business is for everybody, but not everybody's willing to work for it. I am someone who is super relentless, but when you hear stats, you're just like, that seems so far removed from me right now. Like, that's how I felt when I first started. And to be where I am now, I still am like, what the heck even happened? And so I just want to be straight up with you guys that I joined Beachbody not knowing a single thing about it. I had never done a challenge group. I had never tried Shakeology. I legitimately hated working out. Like, it was the worst. And that's not why I joined. I joined Beachbody for the community. I heard an empowering conversation. I cannot tell you what was said on that conversation. It was a Rock the Basics Zoom, but it left me feeling a certain way. And I think as coaches, we have this ability to make people feel a certain way, right? The way we show up, the way that we make an impact, we're able to leave people feeling better than who they were yesterday. And so much of my hustle and so much of my showing up has to do with how can I make someone feel today? Even if I'm feeling like I'm struggling, I'm sure if I can just share my story and be vulnerable, it can make someone feel pretty dang empowered. So I started my journey 30 plus pounds overweight, hating working out. My mindset wasn't right. I was underpaid, overworked, burnt out, inner city school teacher. That's how I started. And when I said yes, there was just something so exciting about this. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I started to share my journey right away. But you heard all those amazing statistics of being number 56 in the company last year, Success Club, like hitting it 35 months in a row, whatever. But you guys, it took me 3 months to hit Emerald. I didn't get Success Club 6 until my 3rd month as a coach. So I just want you to know I was an Emerald coach for a year and a half. There's all these little things that you don't see, right, in a hustler and someone who's going behind the scenes working really hard. But I want you to know, if you feel frustrated, you're comparing yourself, and you're not quite where you want to be yet, I'm hoping that what I'm about to share with you, you're going to love exactly where you're at right now. Because where you're at is where you're going to grow. And when you're going to grow, huge things are going to happen in your business. And one day you're going to be able to look back and be like, dang, I'm a freaking warrior. So to kick this off, I just want you guys to know I've been through it. I've been through the trenches. but I still show up. I don't let my circumstances define my life. As a teacher, I had an hour to give a day to this business. And now, yes, I do get to work more, but I still think I work more than the average Joe. And I think I give more than the average person, even though I work full time. I get up at 3:45 a.m. on the weekdays, and on the weekends, I get up at 4:45. Here's the deal. I don't think that's what's going to make you a successful coach. What's going to make you a successful coach is owning your journey and knowing what it's going to take you to wherever you want to go, and it's going to be sacrifice. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of story, and then let's get started. I actually found out I had a miscarriage the day I found out I was an elite coach. Can we just let that set in for a second? I had spent an entire year, I don't even know what happened. I literally went from diamond to 5-star in 1 year. And I was hustling so hard. I remember the Good Vibe Tribe. I was in there rooting you guys on. I knew you guys could do it. Theresa was the same thing in Team Fit, just doing it. And you freaking do it. And you make it happen. I didn't even know what elite was. And then here I am having one of the hardest moments of my life, but yet one of the coolest. And January rocked me. It rocked my entire world. I felt shattered, but I still showed up. I showed up for myself with my personal development. I showed up for myself with my workouts. I showed up for myself with Success Club. I showed up for my team, even though every time I was writing a message, I was crying. If you could see me, I was crying behind my computer, but I still showed up. So I just want you to know, if you're going through it right now, I just truly believe that if you can see beyond your current circumstances, amazing things are going to happen. So I am going to talk to you today about empowering in the invite. I think that inviting is the hardest part for coaches. I think posting on social media is so fun. I think it's the way that people get to connect with your weirdness and get to know you as a person. I think recognizing other people is exciting. I think being able to work out, you learn how to love this journey. Drinking Shakeology is probably the easiest thing we can do in this business. But I think inviting is that hard thing that we know we should do, but we don't always do. So I'm going to deliver it to you today. And I'm going to share my screen right here. And I just appreciate that I can be on this call. I admire the heck out of your team, you guys. I watch you. You may not know it. It's a little creepy, but I'm definitely just watching you guys. But I really share my heart tonight in hopes that you realize that there really isn't a secret to this thing. So sending empowerment, everything you need to know about rocking the invite. So first of all, I'm married to Eric. He's actually leaving teaching after this year to full-time coach, which I'm really proud about that. The elite and premier team just went to Chicago. Theresa was there, and I think I just had this unshakable belief in what we're doing. It is so important to go to live events. I hope that you all are going to Summit. I just think that Summit was the thing for me. That was the thing that I was like, I can do this. And going to Summit was the game changer of I knew I could leave my job after that. And then I'm in the Shift Shop test group round 2. I had amazing results. I think it's really important to get before and afters. If you are someone who walked out of the womb with the 6-pack, hands down to you, but I still think it's really powerful that you show that you're still working on yourself, right? And that you're getting a transformation, even if your body doesn't drastically change. I don't think that's what's going to make you successful. I think that you're always choosing to be 1% better every single day. Trina went over this, and it was so cool because I've had this down for a while, and I learned from her. And, it's something that I've always felt very insanely connected to are these 3 beliefs in this business. You have to have a belief in yourself, but also your ability to figure it out. Do you believe you can figure this thing out? You guys, I didn't know anything. I told you that. My sponsor, who I signed up with, I haven't talked to in 2 years. She was my maid of honor. She signed up when I did, but I believed in my ability to figure this out. I am placed in the worst placement anyone could ever be placed in, okay? But I'm still able to leave my job because of the hustle and my belief. I knew I could figure this out. Belief in the products and the workouts, they work. And then a belief in your team. Maybe you don't have your own team yet, but maybe you should step it in the good vibe tribe, right? Maybe you should not just let Theresa handle it, but you step up in there. That's what I started to do when I didn't have Team Happy and Fit. It was Team Fit and Free with Sarah Morrison, and you better believe I showed up daily in that team page, just sharing my heart, things that I had learned, ideas that I had, tips that I had. I wanted to start acting like a leader, even though I didn't have a team to lead at the moment. So do you believe you can have success? My two biggest struggles in this business, comparison and not being where I wanted to be. Can you relate to those two? They are paralyzing, man. When you're like, I want this so bad and it's taken freaking forever. Or this person just signed up and they went emerald in 2 seconds and it took me forever, right? Or how did this person hit this Success Club number when I'm just barely scraping by? Do you believe that you can have success in this business? I truly think it's a mindset thing. Do you believe that you're capable? And do you believe that you will grow? That if you show up every single day that you are going to get better at this thing? Do you have limiting beliefs? Guess what? You do. So this was really important for me. So I think I was a teacher. So before telling you my secret formula of inviting, I think it's really important to peel back the layers like an onion, okay? That inviting is actually a super simple thing once you start really going through what I'm about to share with you. So what are your 2 limiting beliefs you have? Mine, money's hard to come by. Can anyone else identify with that limiting belief? I'm not smart. Maybe you feel like you're not enough, right? I'm not smart. In 7th grade, I had a teacher make fun of me, and I didn't raise my hand until college. I actually got rejected to my college that I sent an application to. So many moments in my life made me believe that I'm not smart. So I had to identify that those were holding me back in life, and I had to minimize that. You are what you believe, so you have to change your mindset. I believed I wasn't smart, so therefore I wasn't smart, right? Well, I'm going to be a teacher for the rest of my life, live paycheck to paycheck, work so hard, and nothing's happening in my life. I can't say yes to anything. But I had to choose to believe that I could change that. So here's an example. Before Beachbody, I hated fitness. I hated it. I hated it. I call myself couch to coach. I'd rather binge watch Netflix all day long. But I knew I could learn to love it. I knew I could, and now I do. I had never joined a challenge group, so how in the heck am I going to be a successful coach? That's a limiting belief, right? I knew I could figure it out and make it awesome, and therefore I have. I'm an outgoing introvert. You guys, I'm actually super quiet if you meet me, unless I know you. Otherwise, I stick to the people I know. Going to an outgoing event that I don't know anyone at, no thank you. But I knew I could get comfortable with getting uncomfortable if I challenged myself, right? Another limiting belief I could have is, well, I don't have that big of a following, or I don't have that many people on Facebook. I think I started with 300 friends on Facebook, and now I have over 4,000 because I knew I could change that limiting belief and add to my network every single day. So what is it with this invite, with this coaching thing that is limiting you? I don't have enough time. What is that? What is that for you? If you identify it and then choose to change your mindset, you're going to be more than a conqueror. So this is simple. I love talking about this. It's so true. And you're going to be like, Julianne, oh my gosh, I've heard this over and over and over and over again. There's no magic script. There's really not. Own coaching right now where you're at. What are you struggling with coaching? Are you struggling with following a meal plan? Are you struggling with getting all your workouts done? What are you struggling with? Own it. You can bring that to light. You are going to overcome it. Does that make sense? This is how simple it is. It's all about consistency, and your mindset is key. I really believe if you can conquer your mindset and you are consistent every single day, you are going to be the most successful coach. And then it's the 4 vitals, baby. Personal development. I call it mindset development. This is how you overcome fear. This is how you overcome judgment. This is how you overcome doubt. This is how you overcome excuses. But also personal development allows you to connect to this bigger picture, to dream bigger, to become more. And then I didn't add this, but I really think that this is important, is professional development. There's so many free resources to develop your business. I use YouTube all the time. You guys, I've hit Success Club 35 months in a row, and I still watch YouTube videos on how to hit Success Club. I recruit on average, I would say on average 5 coaches a month, 2 to 10-ish. I still watch tons of videos on how to recruit coaches. Professional development is key in this business. However, you also need that personal development. You have to conquer those gremlins in your life. Being a product of the product, if you're not on Shakeology HD, that scares me. How can you help other people if you're not walking the walk, right? So you have to educate people as well on Shakeology. It's not just this great tasting shake. It's not a weight loss shake. It's not a protein shake. You need to let people know what this shake is. It is so good for you. One time I posted, I like to do Shakeology highlights in my challenge groups. And I remember one time I posted a Shakeology highlight and this woman's like, I got to go to the store and find this. This is amazing. This is what it does with your brain function. I'm like, girl, it's in your shake. And she's like, no way. If you connect your people to what and how powerful this is, they're going to have a deeper conviction with it, not just, oh, it tastes good, right? You want them to understand that this is really going to help their body perform. Their body is like a machine, right? That it's going to help it operate. Start and finish a program. I've been a coach for 3 years. My first program I ever started and completed, I don't count Insanity Max 30 because I'm addicted to that workout, but I don't love the sweat days or the cardio days. I really love the strength and Tabata days. So I would just alternate those. And I'm like, okay, Julianne, that does not count. The first time I ever started and completed a full workout program, and I haven't stopped since, was 22-minute hardcore. That was a little bit over a year ago, you guys. That's a little embarrassing to say, but I owned it. I was truthful about it. The very first time I ever started and finished a nutrition plan was about 21 days ago with the Shift Shop. And so I'm just owning my journey. I still have lost 35 pounds, but man, I had to own that. And once I did that, it changed for me, but made me a better coach. So you have to have a serious gut check. Now, inviting, it's the gateway. So personal development, being a product of the product is going to change your life, but inviting is the gateway to not only share this gift with other people, but to whatever you want in life. Why are we held back by that? Inviting is the gateway to whatever you want. And yet we're lazy about it or we're scared about it. And then recognition, that is the celebration. That's the sexy part. That's the fun part of this business, right? That makes us so incredibly connected to other people. Time for a gut check. Now, I'm going to give you these gut checks, but I really, really want you to understand that these gut checks are my own gut checks that I've had in my life. So it's not something that I was like, oh, this person's doing this. Like, this is me, okay? This is my own reality. The answer is always no if you don't ask. Always. Have you ever been like, that person wouldn't be interested? And then you don't ask. I've talked about this with Theresa. She had someone that was totally on her mind for a really long time, and that person became a coach, and she's like, why did I not ask her? I've been there. The answer is always no if you don't ask. And now I get why you're afraid to ask, is because you don't want to be salesy or creepy. We're going to handle that in a second. You can't build a business with excuses. You just can't. It's not a solid foundation. Would you be able to show me your dream team list? That's a huge gut check for me. If I'm not working from a list and winging this, which I have, it's not good. So if I were to be like, hey, who's on your dream team? Could you show me the list right now? Are you being lazy with your invites or afraid of your invites? I've had both. I've gone through both. So that's something that you really have to understand. Then I think about the lazy part where I'm like, that's the gateway, like to literally freedom. And I'm being lazy about this. And then if I'm afraid of it, it's the same thing, right? It's the gateway. Like, why am I afraid of this? This is so worth asking. Do you find yourself saying, I've tried everything, maybe this just isn't for me? You guys, I feel like I've tried so many things, and I still haven't tried everything. So I don't believe that. Are you banking on just your social media? Some people have really strong attraction marketing, but you also have to understand that they put a lot of time into that. So if you're winging your social media, you can't bank on your social media. If you're not having a lot of traction with your social media, you have to have a gut check, right? This business requires consistency, growth, and effort. Do you show up for a few weeks and then stop? Do you show up really hard for a month and then stop? You have to have that gut check. Do you have belief? Do you have those 3 beliefs? And are you walking the walk? Are you working on yourself daily? And ask yourself, why is what you're doing not working? I feel like I have to constantly ask myself that. Why is what I'm doing not working? Why did my social media lately not have good interaction? What is it in my business? Why do I feel like I'm in a slump? I have to ask myself that, and then I have to take action. So it's time for a gut check again. If you aren't hitting Success Club, you're not taking action in the right areas. I see a lot of coaches doing the easy stuff, doing the sexy stuff, doing the stuff that is fun, right? So you really have to ask yourself, okay, that's not working, so I need to change something. And do you know what it takes to get to a goal? So if you really say Success Club is your goal, you have to be resourceful. Resourceful people figure this thing out, right? You have to do the research. If you say you want Success Club and you say you want financial freedom, you have to really ask yourself, what is that going to take? So you have to break it down. What do you have to do? Did you know that 4 challenge packs equals $200? That's not counting any other things in your business. That's not counting a team cycle bonus. But to be honest, I didn't get my first team cycle bonus until 9 months into the business. I didn't have a stronger weekly because no one was helping me, right? Not their fault, not anyone's fault. That's just what it was. So if you really are wanting to get your shakes paid for, if you're really wanting to cut down on your work hours, if you're really wanting to cover daycare costs, what is that going to take? And then you have to really evaluate your action in your business. Are you just doing the easy things? This is going to require you to do the easy, hard stuff, right? I think this is all easy, but at the same time, it takes effort. So you need to talk to at least 40 people. I hear this all the time. I'm talking to so many people. Really, how many? 5. Okay, we're going to have to step that up a little bit, all right? You can't bank on those same people who aren't doing anything. They say yes and then they say no, right? They're in and then they're not. You sent them their link or your link and then they haven't talked to you. You got to keep on moving. So you need $500 a month. 10 challenge packs equals $500. So you need to talk to at least 100 people. Shoot, I don't have that many people in my network. Well, are you adding to your network daily? Right? So it kind of starts to click on where you should be putting your time into your business. So I think it's really important to have these 2 things. Again, before we start talking about inviting, I think it's so important to have these nailed down. You have to have a mission and you have to have a vision in this business. It keeps you at the gut check stage always. So your vision, it's your huge why. You guys, it's the thing that you're dreaming in detail. It's the thing that gets you up in the morning, okay? If your vision helps you show up when you don't want to. When your alarm goes off, it's the thing that gets you out of bed anyway. It keeps you from throwing in the towel. Do not guarantee your failure by quitting, right? Your vision is the thing that makes you cry. If you look at this picture, that's a picture of my mom, and that is my vision. I desperately want to help her financially. I grew up with not a lot of money. My mom slept on a love seat couch for 2 years of my life. When I would open up my refrigerator as a kid, it'd be empty. I know what it's like to not have resources. I know what it's like to not have working cars. And it's not about the things, you guys, but I know what it's like to have a mom that would work full time and then go to school at night just to provide for her kids. I know what it's like to not have dinners at home with a family. So my vision is so huge. My biggest vision in life, you guys, is to literally have a huge dining room table and have a full family sitting around with a healthy meal. I know that sounds so simple, but to me, it's my world. So my first thing I ever purchased with Beachbody was my couch. If you look at my couch, it's really, really big, but it has sentimental value to me. My mom slept on love seat for 2 years, right? Me hitting elite wasn't just hitting elite, you guys. Being in the top 200, hitting number 56 in the company wasn't about a number to me. It was that, I got $500 extra a month for being a 5-star elite coach in the top 200. That $500 goes to my mom every month. Do you understand now why I had no choice but to hit elite? It wasn't, the titles, the parties, the things like that. Me hitting elite, though, is also my friend Morgan, who's overworked and just tired and just ready to want to cut her hours, right? It's my coach Lauren, who just gave birth to twins at 23 weeks and lost a baby and has one in the NICU right now. And she's being able to come home full time now. Another vision that I have in this business and me hitting elite is my friend Liz, who quit her teaching job to stay at home with her baby. I think about my coach Erica. This is my elite team. that she's a stay-at-home mom and she wants to contribute income to her family. And she wants to be able to homeschool her kids. Me hitting elite was them right on my shoulder saying, we got to do this. Me pushing for that, the hardest goal I've ever went for in my life, and Theresa will know exactly what I mean by that, wasn't about me. It's about the vision. You have to know what you're fighting for in this business. Now, that might sound egotistical. It might sound selfish. So that's why you have to have a mission. Your mission is who you show up for. It's the thing that keeps you honest and humble in this business. Your mission makes sure that this gift doesn't stop with you. Because your world was changed, you get to change someone else's world. I show up for one person, not everyone, okay? If I don't show up, someone misses out. You have to have a gut check. What is your mission? Who are you showing up for? And what's your vision? Why are you showing up? My mission is to empower women to get fit in every area of their life and to see beyond their limitations. You'll hear me saying that. You'll see that across my social media. And I already told you my vision. So I have no choice but to show up for other people every single day. And I have no choice but to show up because my why is so incredibly deep rooted into my soul that it is going to happen. I want a yes life, not a not yet life. And my vision is that yes life, okay? This business isn't just a business to me. I get to be me. Do you know what that means? Do you guys feel that too? I literally get to be my weird, funky, freaky self and own myself on social media with other people. I get to be me and love the skin I'm in. I don't have to check in, report to any other boss. I am my own boss. I don't have to ask what I should wear. I don't get told when I have to take days off. And it wasn't always like that. I was a full-time teacher for so much part of this business, half of my business. But I knew what I was working towards. But this business allowed me to become me. It's given me community and friendships. It's given me freedom, a yes life, a happy life, a resilient life. It's given me confidence. I get to impact lives for a living, belief, vision, drive, passion. I've got it all because of this business. I get to travel. I have a choice. My faith has grown. It's given me this vision and no more limiting beliefs. I don't know about you guys, but this business is more than just a business. If you're looking at it as just hitting Success Club or, I have to make my post on social media, then you're not thinking of it like it should be thought of. For me, I post on social media because I know I can give someone confidence, right? I spend more time in my inbox because I know I'll have a choice to travel then, right? My husband and I just booked a dream trip to Spain last night. This is our conversation. Hey, you want to go to Spain? Yep. Sweet. I'm going to book the tickets. This business is more than a business to me. I guarantee I out hustle. This is not about comparing, but I know I out hustle so many people. And it's not about running in this rat race, but I can tell you for certain I out hustle myself every single day. Now, I'm not overworking. I'm not saying I'm on my phone 24/7. I'm saying when I am in, I'm convicted. Are you? And then my favorite part about this business is that it's not just success for one person. There's literally no limitations to this. There's no rules to this thing, right? It is, if you want to be successful in this, you can be. You just have to believe you can. So let's get to inviting. And again, inviting is the gateway to that vision, right? Inviting is the thing you don't want to do, but it's the thing you must do. Am I right? Am I right? Absolutely. So here's an example. I swear to you, everybody was posting workout videos and I was like, okay, like that sucks. I hate working out. I don't want to work out and do a video of myself working out because everybody's going to see how bad I am at working out. I take breaks. I look like I'm dying with Shanti. Like it's just not good. It's not glamorous. It's not beautiful. However, something hit me in my core where I was like, it's the thing I didn't want to do, but it's the thing I had to do. So now you'll find me going live all the time with my workouts. I got over that limiting belief. I didn't want to do hammer and chisel. I don't know what it was about that program. But I was like, I'm not going to do that. And everyone's like, you should do it. Nope, I'm not going to. You should do it. I don't want to. It was the thing I didn't want to do, but then it was the thing I must do. Those were my results with hammer and chisel. And I'm like, wow, that program is magical. So it was the thing I didn't want to do, and I did it. So in this business, What is the thing you don't want to do, but it's the thing you must do? Is it the thing that you need to spend more time in your inbox and less scrolling the newsfeed? What is it in this business you don't want to do? Is it going live? Are you making this excuse that you're afraid about it? I don't know what to go live about. You guys realize that's a limiting belief and an excuse, right? You can't build a solid foundation with this business with excuses. So what is the thing you really don't want to do? What programs do you not want to follow? What nutrition guide do you not want to do? And it's the thing you should do. I guarantee it's going to take you to the next level. Does that make sense? Isn't this crazy? It has to do with inviting? I promise it does. Because you have to realize you have to take yourself to a whole other level of thinking and ownership, gut check, and then you are going to radiate on social media and through your conversations with confidence. So we totally overcomplicate everything. I'm convinced we overcomplicate inviting 100%. Here are some examples. I swear, it's all going to make sense. Hey, Eric, he's usually crawls on the floor when he's going by my Zooms, but he clearly wanted to be in the Good Vibe Tribe today. There are these things, these RVs called Cruise America, and we saw it on the highway once, and we're like, we should do it. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. So we booked it. Our friends were coming in town, and we got this huge RV and went to Yosemite. It was hilarious. So many people talk about it, but they're not about it. Do you know those people? Maybe you are that person where you're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to hit Success Club. I'm totally going to make it happen. And then you don't. You just talk about it. Be about it. That's my example with the RV. There's so many times in life I talk about things and I don't do it. Now, I promised myself, if I say I'm going to do it, if I'm going to hit 5-star elite, I'm going to make it happen. And I do. There's no secret, guys. It's just understanding that you just need to make it happen. Here's another example. So I went to Vegas to watch the Backstreet Boys a couple months ago. I know, pretty awesome, right? Yep, I was a little schoolgirl, like screaming at the top of my lungs, watching boys dance all together in sync. It's super funny. And I was in Vegas. I was standing on the curb, and all of a sudden this woman and she was a bride getting married walking by me. And is that not another awesome thing? Like being in Vegas and being able to see someone in a wedding dress, you're like, yes, it's hilarious, right? So I look over and I say, hey, congratulations. And she's like, thank you. You guys, she didn't say you suck, you're a creep. So here's my example to this. When people are getting married on social media, when people are getting engaged on social media, when people are having birthdays on social media, why in the heck are you not messaging them? Congratulations. How was your big day? Happy birthday. What are you doing for your big day? And starting to build more relationships with people. They're not going to think you're creepy. They're going to think it's awesome you're asking, just like the woman on the side of the street who is going to get married. So my point to that, inviting, we overcomplicate this thing, thinking we're going to be super creepy, but why don't we empower people, message them with intention, and be awesome? It's that simple. Here's another example. I was at the coffee shop drinking a coffee. I don't know if it was tea or coffee. And I had You Are Badass. A girl next to me said, hey, how's that book? I said, oh my gosh, it's so awesome. You need to get it. She's like, great, I'm going to get it now. My point is people are watching you. You have to show up daily, and they are going to do what you do if they're seeing you change. Right? It was such a simple conversation in a coffee shop that wasn't creepy. She just asked. The answer is always no if you don't ask. And she was bold enough to ask me, how was my book? Why are we not doing that on social media? Asking questions with people. They're not going to think you're creepy. And then if they do message you and say, you're the worst person ever for asking me about my marriage, maybe that's someone you don't want to be friends with on Facebook. Like they're a little bit angry in life, right? You guys, we overcomplicate this whole entire thing. I was super homesick moving from Milwaukee to California. So instead of dwelling in my pain and complaining, which I did, and just feeling sorry for myself, I started to get involved. So here's my husband, Eric. We decided to volunteer. There was some flooding here in San Jose, and we have started to meet people because we're starting to get plugged in. If you are feeling sorry for yourself because you're not hitting Success Club or you're not moving in your business, you have to understand it is totally up to you. I could have continued to be homesick, or I could do something about it. I can continue to feel sorry for myself that I'm still at Success Club 0 when it's the 29th, or I can suck it up and make it happen. I know this is a lot tough love, but you guys overcomplicate this whole entire thing, right? Don't just talk about it, be about it. There are different types of invites. Remember, there's a huge difference between starting a conversation and inviting. I'll have coaches that will be like, I sent out 25 invites. Really say, hey, not an invite, but I'm really glad that you messaged 25 people and said, hey, how's it going? So I just want to clarify that and get straight up saying, hey, I have this boot camp focusing on fitness, nutrition, and confidence. It's been really fun talking to you. Let me know if you'd be interested, right? That's an invite. But the conversation is, hey, happy birthday. How are you doing? I think both are very important in this business. Ask yourself, how and why did you become a coach? I think this is huge gut check. So you guys, for me, I heard an empowering conversation. I didn't ask how much Shakeology was. I just got started. I didn't care. Money wasn't my objection. I wanted to change. I didn't do a challenge group. Did you start in a challenge group? You are going to be tailoring to people who need a challenge group before coaching. For me, the people I predominantly speak to are people who just want to get started with coaching and then start their transformation. I think it's important to know that because I don't know what it's like to be a challenge coach. I don't know what that transition looked like. I am confident in sharing the coaching opportunity and then helping someone get results. But for you, it might be, man, my life was changed when I was in this group. That's how you are going to talk about this thing. That is how you are going to get to your vision. Does that make sense? Are you walking the walk? I think you're most confident when you're on your game. Hands down, right? Do you make the investment yourself? Think about that. If you're afraid to give the price to someone, don't you make the same investment? Tell your people that. Be like, hey, this is going to do because this is what you've seen me do and what I'm currently doing, right? You have to understand that. Thank you so much. It's only expensive if you don't get results. That's what I tell my people. How has this changed your life? Talk about that. And you said at some point, right? But what were your objections? I didn't have any. So anytime, if you follow me on social media, I'm the most blunt person and I will go live with any objection someone gives me. Oh, like it is game on. Like I hope to get objections because I'm just going to speak of it. I love talking that it's $160. I love talking about how people think they don't have time. I love talking about everything when it comes to do with these objections to elevate people's thinking. Handle the objection before it happens. I'll teach you how to do that. The coach opportunity and challenge group. So for me, for the coaching opportunity, I use social media. I paint a picture of the coach life daily, all the time. And are you owning being a CEO? I think people think they have to be Emerald, Diamond, Star Diamond, 5-star elite. They need to be making $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $1,000 a week in order to be a successful CEO. I remember my $4.99 paycheck. Oh yeah, that was a good day. And you know what? I don't even think people would have known that. They wouldn't have. I owned being a CEO. I am a boss. I have my own business. Do people know that about you? For me, they didn't need to see my bank account because my mindset is what makes me a CEO. And in fact, most CEOs start in the negatives. To invest in a business, typically it's hundreds of thousands of dollars negative. You guys have this business, and are you acting like a CEO or are you just acting like a challenger? Are you being like, man, this business, like it has changed my life. I can't believe I get to work my own hours. Yeah, you might be getting a $4.99 paycheck, but you guys earn that yourselves. There was no contract to sign. There was no hope for a raise. There's no end of the year review. Like your $4.99 paycheck was totally based on you. I get it in like conventional thinking. That's not the good life, but in unconventional thinking, which is what this is, it's freaking cool that you did that. Own being a CEO right now in your business. I don't care if you've been a coach for 24 hours or if you've been a coach for 4 years. You own it. And when you own being a CEO, your whole business is going to change. When I signed up to be a coach, I was a CEO. I didn't hit Emerald until 3 months into the business, but I was a freaking CEO. I didn't hit Success Club my first 3 months as the coach, but I was a freaking CEO, right? I do coach sneak peeks and follow-up. Fortune in the follow-up. Oh my gosh, people who have been on my dream team list for 3 years, I follow up with them. Hey girl, how's it going? That's all I'll say to them. They're on my dream team list. In challenge groups, you can share the coaching opportunity and messages, warm versus cold. The warms would be, hey, how's your family? How's it going? Cold messages would be like, hey, I noticed you're on social media a lot and it's really inspiring me. Have you ever considered turning this into a business to help empower people? That's a cold invite. That's a cold invite that I would send out. And then there's invites to challenge groups. I run event pages for my challenge groups. They're like the challenge group sneak peeks. I know that Theresa does a private one. I do a public one. I am a big cold inviter. So on those event pages, I love being able to select, invite, and then invite however many people you want. They click going or click interested, boom, sending them a cold invite. Hey, I saw you clicked going to my boot camp. Are you in? They'll say yes. I'll build a relationship with them and then help them get started. And then again, messages, cold versus warm, social media call to actions, such as message me for details, RSVP, comment below. Get people to understand that they can get a hold of you. Fill out this form if you're interested, right? Call to actions are huge with your social media. Don't be salesy or be a creep, please. For the love of everything, please don't be creepy. This is what I do when I'm speaking to people. I don't make someone feel uncomfortable. I empower people. I build relationships. I care about their success. I listen to their goals. I show up and share solutions. I relate to them. Relating to them is huge. And be interested, not interesting. Here is an example of an empowering conversation that has to do with the following 8 tips I just shared with you about not being a creep. Rebecca messaged me. She said, I've been following you for a really long time. I wanted to join you a year ago, but I know you're not into quick fixes, and I wanted a quick fix at the time, but now I'm messaging you because I'm really ready. I think that's cool. She knew I wasn't about quick fixes. So it just shows you how I speak on social media. She said that, and this is what I said. Rebecca, I'm so pumped that you did message me. The leap can be scary, but then when you think about it, it's not that scary at all. You guys, I'm validating her, right? I'm proud of you for being brave today. Thank you for giving me those compliments. I can't explain how much of a mission this is to me, to empower other people. I love fitness and nutrition, but man, that self-care is what's vital. I love that your goals are just simply to be healthy and happy. Trust me when I say losing weight doesn't make you happy. However, it's what happens when you start taking care of yourself. And when you start focusing on the numbers, that's what happened for me. It was amazing. When I dropped the weight, it was great and all, but the confidence I gained was much better. What do you do for a job? So I'm trying to form her as well, right? And before we get started, can you tell me 5 I am statements that you are going to connect with and really think about? For example, I am strong, I am smart, right? You guys, this was before I even told her any details about my group. Don't you think that's pretty freaking empowering? You know what's even cooler than that is 21 days into our group, she messaged me and she said, I said, hey, how's it going? And she said, I had a negative day today, but I went back to the 5 I am statements we created the first time we talked, and it worked. Is that not crazy? After she had bought a challenge pack, after she had been in my group, she reverted back to the empowering conversation that I had with her. It's huge. It's really, really important with inviting to set goals and win the day, week, and month. So, for example, 5, 10, 15, 20 new messages waiting in your inbox. Sarah Morrison told me she had 20 inbox messages daily, and I was like, that's a little overwhelming. I'm going to start with 5. Now I probably have up to 50, including coaches, in those messages. But think about it. I really don't check my messages every second they pop up. Probably twice a day I check them. But set a goal, you guys. Be like, you know what? That's such a win the day type of goal. I'm going to have 7 inbox messages waiting for me the next day. I think that's powerful. Comment and like on 10 posts from new friends and potential coaches. Your dream team list. New friends to your network. If you expect people to interact with your social media, you should be interacting with other people's social media. Send out 5, 10, 15, 20 form messages. Hey, your pictures looked incredible from your trip. Where'd you go? That's a form message, right? Hey, I noticed that you have a new job. How are you liking it, right? That's a form message. Follow up with at least 2 people a day. I follow up simply by just going to my messages and scrolling all the way back to people that had once been interested in my groups, or I have a running list going on saying, hey, how are you doing? How's your fitness and nutrition going? You know, the people who said not yet, and they're like, I'm going to do my own thing. And then they're like, oh, it's not working out well. Hey, I have a new group coming up. Would you like to get started? You guys, 4 of my diamonds are people who told me no for at least 6 to 8 months, if not a year. But I followed up with them relentlessly because I knew they needed this. And now we joke about it all the time. And then they're like, oh, I'm so frustrated. This person keeps telling me no, ignoring me. Oh yeah, do you remember the time you didn't get back to me 3 times in a row? And they're like, we're so sorry. You know, you just have to have this belief that they're going to come back. Make Success Club not scary. Make it a non-negotiable. I think people make Success Club this thing they can't make happen. But if you make it like getting a workout done, make it a non-negotiable. It's not going to be scary. I approach each month not saying, I wonder if I'm going to hit Success Club. I did my first month or year as a coach. So I was like, can I really make this happen again? 35 months later, still making it happen, you guys, because I get into each month going, yep, this is going to happen. I don't even think about it. It's just what's going to happen because I always have a plan. I'm not winging my business. Do not stay stuck. Keep moving and do not let a goal that you hit stop you. When we hit elite, it felt like hitting a brick wall, but we could not let that stop us. When you hit diamond, so many people who hit diamond are like, they hit cruise control. So many people who hit emerald, they're like, I'm done. I'm just going to set emerald forever. Hello, I was emerald for 1.5 years. So control what you can control. If you hit emerald, set another goal to go emerald again. If you hit diamond, set a goal in 3 months. I'm going to go diamond again. I'm going to add 8 more coaches and help 2 more people go to emerald, right? That is how you can control when you hit a goal, what you need to do next in such simple form, right? Once you hit that goal, do it again. Fail forward. Oh my gosh, you're going to fail so many times. But like the thing is, you guys, failure is so good in this business, but don't guarantee failure by quitting. When you fail, I think it's so awesome because it's just in the comeback is where your strength comes from. I always am like, I'm back in the arena, baby. My gloves are back on. I'm in. I got knocked down, but I got right back up. Secret, you will get better and do not quit. You will. When you're like, I'm really struggling with the transition from sharing like the goals to them being interested to them purchasing, a lot of people get stuck there because they don't know how to transition. But if you think about it, the more conversations you have, the better you're going to get at the transitioning. So you have to trust that you're just going to get better with time. And then empower one person every single day. Coach opportunities. So I love building relationships and empowering others. Who's interacting with your social media? I'm not talking about the amount of likes, but who's commenting below? Those people need to be on your team. If they're interacting with you, they are connecting with you. So anytime someone comments on my social media, I send them a message and say, hey, thanks so much for the comment. I really appreciate it. How are you doing? Have you ever considered doing what I'm doing? Nonstop. That is something that I would say. I always work from a list. I stop overcomplicating. Stop overcomplicating and stop saying you don't know who to put on the list. Just suck it up and start doing it. Meaning go through your phone, go through the birthdays, go through anyone you can think of. Just stop thinking and just start doing. I host 2 coach sneak peeks, and then I always have a goal to get at least 5 people in it. And I always talk about coaching, aka my life. So here is a conversation that took 2 years for someone to become a coach. And this side was, we were just talking, hey, Andrea, so this was in 2015. Thanks for liking my 21-day challenge post. Let me know if you'd like more details. You guys, I said 2 years ago and I've gotten better at this, right? That would be great. And she didn't join. So then we're having another conversation and she's not sure she wants to do Shakeology again. And I said, as far as coaching, because I talked to her about it, could you see yourself wanting to help others on the road? And she's like, I'm just going to do it. You guys, because I followed up with this girl for 2 years. 2 years I followed up with her. And then she was ready to go for it. This is how I talk about the coaching opportunity. I love getting interaction on my social media. The more comments, the better. I do a weekly email that has nothing to do with coaching, just simply life lessons. You guys can totally get on that email. It's nothing crazy. It's literally like watching a dog for 5 days, how it changed my perspective. Like, it's just going to give you like life lessons and tips. But I love that people know to interact with me. Look at this. These are all people who want to hear more from me, right? I'm not saying my emails are like the best thing ever. I'm just saying there are people who follow me that really want to keep following me. There is this magic food called pho here. I know it's a weird word. It's delicious. And I just said, hey, has anyone tried this? But you can see all the people who are commenting below. These are people who get me. Theresa was laughing with me today when we were Zooming. And she laughs because I always wear mismatched socks. It's just my thing. My tribe gets me, and they also know I hate laundry. And some of you who follow me may know this about me. And she just was laughing, and she's like, it's so detailed how much your tribe knows you. If you're wearing matching socks, people comment that you're wearing matching socks. It's so true, right? But that's how much my people know me. So think about that. Are you brushing the surface? Are you really getting to be you? So for the coach opportunity, I'm always working from a list. This is what it looks like, but I also make lists on Facebook. I really believe in your ability to figure this out and Google it. Truly, if you Google how to make a Facebook list, I guarantee it's going to pop up, and voila, I didn't even teach you anything. This is how I learned, was from YouTube. And so what I do is I make friends lists. So July, June, April, these are everybody who's new to my network in that month. And then I make a potential coaching list. But you can also make a follow-up list, right? Because maybe you're like, how do you stay organized with follow-ups? Make a list on Facebook. The cool thing about these lists, you guys, is that anytime you're hosting an event, you can specifically invite the type of Facebook list that you have on your event page. So if I went to my event page and said click invite, I can click June 2017 people. And that's everybody that's new to my network. How flipping cool. If I'm running an event page of a coach sneak peek, bam, I use that. You can either join me or delete me. That's totally my philosophy. So my potential coaches have gotten a sneak peek invite every single month. All of my new friends to my network get invites to my boot camp events every single month. Delete me or join me. That's what's going to happen. That's how confident I feel about this. This is how I speak of the coaching opportunity in a sneak peek. Hey girl, this is in February. Thanks for commenting on my picture. P.S. You live an adventurous life. Your pictures are awesome. And she's like, thank you. I've been meaning to reach out to you ever since you added me on here. How cool is that? Like, what the heck? Like, that's so cool. And then I said, my biggest mission, I already told you guys my mission. What makes you think I'm not telling other people my mission? My mission is to empower others to get fit in every single area of their life, to live beyond their limitations, to serve, to help, to be more, give more, and do more. That leaves an impact. You guys, not creepy. Totally empowering. Have you ever considered joining our team? It's insane, sister. It changed my life in so many ways. I'm not sure I understand what your team is. All I know is you're rocking it. I would love more info. Oh my gosh, I'd love to tell you more. It requires you to become a better person every single day. Who would not want that? And believe me, there are people who do not want that, which is super crazy. But like, seriously, who would not want that? We actually have a sneak peek tonight into our team. Would you be interested in that? That's as easy as it is, right? Super easy. Sorry, I have to like move this thing. And then this is how I post about my coaching lifestyle. Money is hard to come by. Wow, do you guys feel like you know me? And I've already shared with you my limiting beliefs. I share it with my people too, guys. Truth to be told, that used to be my limiting belief. Now that my view has changed drastically on that because my mindset has changed. For me, money doesn't equal power. It's about the freedom it creates. Let's be real. I wore these jeans all weekend. I wore my jean shirt at least 3 times this weekend. My Milwaukee home shirt twice. I didn't wash my hair. It's not about things. It's not about having fancy stuff. It's about being able to grow and become better every single day. This weekend hit me. For me, for my job, I get to rock who I am. Bam, right? Who doesn't want to rock who they are? And then here's another one. I'm truly at a loss for words. A couple of years ago, anxiety and fear crippled me. I would cry often because of feeling burnt out and not appreciated. I would cry because I felt like no matter what I gave, I felt like it wasn't good enough. You guys, vulnerability is the key to social media and connection. Everybody, literally, we were made as human beings for connection. Everybody wants connection. On your social media, are you connecting to people in such a deep, vulnerable way? This business convicts me. It has transformed me. And that is, I just post about that and people connect with that. For challenge groups, again, it's about building relationships and empowering others. Who's interacting on your social media? Challenge group sneak peeks. You guys, it's just the same thing. So this is what I do. I run event pages. I love it because you can invite people. I post recipes on these, post what I would normally post on my social media. I do call to actions. I do welcome graphics. So as soon as someone buys the challenge pack, I make their picture and say, Andrea bought the all access with the barista challenge pack. She's so excited. She really is, and I would enter her goal, like, please show her some love. And I love making those graphics because I think it gives other people confidence that other people are new that are joining our boot camps. limited spaces and urgency works really well with challenge group invites, and I create videos for my events. So what I do for my event pages, I create 3 videos, and you can go to my YouTube and find it. I do a welcome video of what this boot camp is going to be about. My boot camps are typically with confidence or personal development. So I did a vital boot camp once, but I just did a badass one. I am doing a Master Your Mean Girl, Your Inner Critic boot camp that starts next week. We're in our prep week this week. So I just tell them exactly what it is. Like, we're going to be surrounded with support, all this stuff. Then I make a separate video, a second one, on objections. I call it the fears of joining a boot camp. And I talk about time, I talk about money, I talk about all those things and handle the objections before they happen. And then in my third video, I do a Zoom and I share my screen and go through the all access and show people this Netflix to working out. And then I talk about Shakeology. I talk about how this challenge group to get started is $160. And I go, oh, I know it's scary. And I like kind of joke about it. And then I'm like, guys, this is what I'm doing. You following me, this is the investment I make. It's changed my life. You have to understand this value. And I break it down. You can watch my videos and whatever. But what I have found is when people are interested, it is so much easier for me and time efficient, especially if time is your excuse, to tag people under these videos. It takes time to make the videos, but then if someone's like, hey, can I have more information? You can just be like, hey, I'm going to tag you under a video that tells you all the information. Let me know after you watched it. So easy, right? I do this every single month. And then here are sample conversations I have with people. Think about the birthdays. I send birthday messages every day. If you're expanding your network, typically on some days I have 25 birthdays to go through. And I mean, some of those are coaches, so I won't send out messages to those people. But think about it. If you want to create interaction and empowerment, instead of writing on someone's wall, why wouldn't you send them a message? So I say, hey, happy birthday. I hope you're having the most amazing day. I'm sure you want to make this the best year yet. What are you doing for your special day? And then that's how I can start building relationships with people. Or the more people you interact with, the more they're going to see stuff from your wall. Message someone who likes and comment on your post. Hey, thank you so much for showing love on my leggings are indeed pants post. Seriously, I appreciate it. How's your day going? And then when someone says you're so inspiring, I used to say, thanks. And then like wouldn't say anything else. But now I say, hey, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Girl, it sounds like this community is something you would need. It changed my life. Have you ever considered doing what I do? Those are sample conversations I send out daily. Don't overcomplicate this entire thing, okay? And this is what you will do. Look at that lovely video of me. I am someone who is going to tell you what to do, not let's see if you're going to do it. So this person messaged me. I actually went live about, someone made a comment, not to me, but to one of my coaches that says, I'm already in shape and you better be careful who you're asking. That's what she said to him. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go live about this. So I handled that objection going live. And I was like, it's a compliment if someone wants to ask you. But because I went live with that objection, this girl right here messaged me. And she just said, she was like telling me about her story. And she was like, thank you. Your posts and videos, they constantly make my day and give me hope. Your live video from this morning inspired me to finally say something. You guys, this girl's never commented or liked on any of my posts, but because I went live about this objection about being already in shape, she reached out to me. And she said she couldn't afford it already. She's like, I can't afford fancy products and things like that. But you guys, she's lacking body image or confidence. I'm good at helping people with that, right? I've been trying to fix that for a while. What she's doing is not working. So this investment of $160 is what's going to take her to the next level. The reasons it's not working for her is because she's not investing in the right things, right? And then I just validated her. Anna, oh my gosh, thanks, sister. Thank you so much for reaching out. First of all, I think you're incredibly brave and awesome. I think most people watch, but they don't say anything, right? They watch me, but they don't say anything. I'm telling her that. So a huge shout out to you. And then I just talk about like how numbers aren't cured with numbers. Like just because she's 20 years old, 5'2" and 130 pounds, that doesn't mean that's going to make her confident, right? I'm validating that because she's like, everyone thinks I'm crazy for not being confident based on how I look. And I said, this is why it's my mission. Have you guys heard me say in private messages, empower, empower, empower? I share my mission through my voice. Nothing is copy and pasted besides the conversations I'm starting with birthdays maybe. But when it starts to get in depth, it's not copy and paste, you guys. It's just straight up empowerment. And then I said, people aren't in your mindset, so it's easy for them to say that. But after all, nothing will change if you don't, right? Tell me more about why you struggle with confidence and body image. And I'm telling her, like, what you're doing is not working, so it's going to require you to do something that's different. She's going to join me. Then I'm going to end you on this and answer your questions. I just want to check the time. 7:01. You guys, thanks for being so patient with me. I really appreciate it. There's 3 seasons to this business. This was in the wall, the 5-star above wall. Thrive and growth season, survival season, and excuse making season. Thrive and growth is you are investing time in your business. You're comfortably hitting Success Club 10. You're rake advancing. You have high engagement in the team page. Again, you need to be stepping up in your team page. You need to be a voice. You need to be a leader. Start owning that now in the Good Vibe Tribe. Post 3+ times on social media. You're aware of monthly promos. You know what's going on. Contributing factors, our personal and work life are steady. No close family illnesses. You're creating momentum and you're excited about your business. The survival season is you have to get creative to do the 4 vital behaviors. You have late nights, early mornings, a minimum of Success Club 5. You're maintaining your rank. You're digging deep into your why and your consistency. You're posting at least once a day. You're still aware of monthly promos. You're leaning on your upline and success partner for training. Contributing factors are pregnancy, new baby, moving, new job, marital problems, illness to close family members. It's temporary. This season is temporary. If you keep doing what you're doing, every situation that happens to us, you guys, we're going to get through. Every valley you go in, you have to see beyond it, right? I did with my miscarriage, as sucky as it was, you guys, it was so painful. I knew I would get through it. And I did. I won. I got through it, right? Moving across the country, so homesick, but I knew I could get through it, and I have. And then there's the excuse-making season. Remember what I told you. You cannot build a solid foundation off of excuses. You're no longer doing the 4 vital behaviors. You're not hitting Success Club. You're dropping rank. You have low or no engagement in team pages. You're not posting on social media. You're unaware of what's going on. Get this. Contributing factors. Same life situations as survival season, combined with lack of strong why and determination to do the bare minimum. Isn't that crazy that the survival and the excuse are the exact same, except for you're not doing the 4 vital behaviors and you're just making excuses? I thought that was powerful. And I wanted to share that with all of you. Thank you. Do you guys have any questions? If you have to get off, I totally get it. I just appreciate the Good Vibe Tribe. Y'all are amazing. Theresa is amazing. Her heart and hustle for all of you guys is relentless. And I'm just like so pumped to know her and know you guys through her.
That was so good. I loved it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So good. If you guys have questions, unmute and ask. Take a few of them. Anybody? Did anything resonate with you?
I think it was Kelly. Yeah, what resonated? I think it was Kelly. You had asked a question about my live videos, about going live and traction with live. Here's the deal. I can't tell you one particular post or live that is the thing that is just like blows up hitting Success Club. But I do know because I go live and because I'm vulnerable on social media, it's almost like because of all those breadcrumbs, I'm a trusted person on social media. That because I show up and people know I show up, that they're more willing to reach out to me. I see so many coaches quit, and those people come to me. The people who have told that person, no, that person quit. Because really, you guys, people are waiting for you to quit. Unfortunately, that's how our society works, right? But when you stick it out, people are going to trust you. Oh, thanks. You guys are so incredibly sweet. Yeah, the seasons, Corey, for sure. Like, I just want you to know, I've been in survival season. I really have. But you get through it. Like, I've been in times where I'm like, what is wrong in my business? Like, nothing is going right. I have no traction on social media. I'm at Success Club -3. That was fun. 2 months in a row. And then, but I still hit Success Club. I still did it. Like, you know, you're just, like, I like signed up coaches and I had 3 quit in one day. And you're like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I really care about these people. And you have that happen. Or I've dropped rank before you guys. Like I've missed goals tons of times, but you just have to know you're going to get through it. And it's going to make you a better coach. It's going to make you more relatable. It's going to be crazy because you're going to have a coach that goes through a survival season, and you're going to be like, I did too. And I think that's why we go through that stuff. When your coaches drop rank, you're going to be like, I have too. When you have coaches that quit, you're going to be like, I have too. Like you have to go through that in order to see it. But I know what's made me so resilient in this business are the stumbling blocks that I have. And I've become a warrior because I've passed and pressed through them.
I agree. All that. Yes. I know. I'll never forget like the day, like you said, you add one coach and then you get 3 cancellations and you're like, oh my God, are you serious?
It's hard. It's so hard because you're just like, what did I not do? But I think you guys, like, I don't have a reputation to defend in this business because I don't have anything to prove to anybody. In my heart, I know how much I care about this, and I know how much I care about other people's success. Like, I want nothing more than this gift to keep on giving to other people. And it is heavy on my shoulders that happens to my team, that success can't just end with me. And that's why I know my team, if they watch this, my team hustles hard. But at the end of the day, I guarantee they would say Julianne still is like harder in the grind, right? And all this stuff where it's my responsibility, because at the end of the day, I did everything that I could. And if someone's not going to take action, you can't help that. If they're going to build an foundation of excuses, you can't hold their hand. I'm not in a convincing business. I'm in a business that requires hard work. And this is going to be my last thing I end you guys with. There are coaches chasing shiny objects. It's so unfortunate. People are chasing the stuff to what's going to make them a successful coach. I can promise you that I've built my business on the 4 vital behaviors and belief. And you will see coaches that you respect that are doing things that will make them think it's going to be successful, but it's not. They're just so desperate for success that they're willing to not gut check themselves. I am someone that is willing to have a sincere gut check saying, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Didn't show up for my team like the way they needed me to today. I need to own up to that. I have gut checks. Maybe I shouldn't have posted that on social media. Maybe I was a little bit too abrasive with that one. I have these gut checks. Maybe I'm not working hard enough. Maybe I'm being a little lazy today. You guys should see my diamond tracker. It's like practically empty. So I'm like, I can't go to bed tonight until this is filled out, right? That's just something that I have to do. But I just want you to know that you're going to be watching other coaches chasing these objects. Please put on your blinders. Please, please, please put on your blinders and just know if you do this the right way with full integrity. And I just think Theresa's built this business straight up because she has belief and has done the vital behaviors.
I thought it was cool in Chicago. We're there with the elite and premier coaches, and Trina went home early on, what night was it? Monday night.
She was late. She was late to our workout.
Because she didn't hit Success Club yet. And so she's like, I've got messages to send. And it's like, okay, that's our, the top person in our team, our organization. And it's like, she's still in the trenches working, and she still makes.
Yeah, that gives me goosebumps.
So that was cool to see. And I'm like, wow. So just so you guys know that, she still hustles till the last minute and the last day of the month to get it in. So thank you so much. That was amazing. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I'll get it in the team page. Thanks for jumping on. Thank you so much, Julianne. Very appreciated. You did amazing. All right, guys.
Thank you. Reach out to me if you guys have questions about anything. I'm here. I feel like I'm a part of your team just because Theresa's so giving and wonderful, and you guys have an amazing leader, someone I truly, truly respect. So
thanks, Julianne.
Y'all rock.
All right.
Bye.